Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Kyle Richards and Dorit Kemsley reunite in the Hamptons with a surprise Southern Charm cameo. After a turbulent run on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 14, Kyle Richards and Dorit Kemsley appear to be repairing their friendship. And they're doing it in style. On Saturday, August 2, the Bravo stars linked up in Montauk for a Hamptons weekend filled with music, dancing, and a surprise Southern Charm crossover with Austin Kroll. Add in a possible camera crew and celebrity stylist Rachel Zoe, and you've got the Bravo multiverse in full effect. Richards documented the weekend on her Instagram stories, showing herself and Kemsley dancing at the Surf Lodge while watching Mo Gave Gray, a musical duo made up of Xander Black and Michael Posey. The two were joined by Rachel Zoe, who will be a full-time cast member on RAOBH Season 15. Kemsley posted clips of the crowd and more scenes of the trio enjoying the night with friends. The mini getaway comes after months of on-screen drama. Richards and Kemsley's once close friendship hit a low point during Season 14, largely due to Richards' ongoing issues with her estranged husband, Mauricio Umansky, and her close bond with country artist Morgan Wade. Kemsley addressed the tension during a December 2023 episode of Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, saying, "I feel like the closer she got to Morgan, the further she got from me. Sorry, Kyle, I love you, but it's the truth." Things went from bad to worse when Kemsley found out Richards was still texting her ex, Paul P.K. Kemsley. Though Richards insisted the messages were harmless memes, she ultimately agreed to cut contact for the sake of their friendship. In a May 2024 Amazon livestream, Richards confirmed the two were back on good terms. "Dorit and I, thank God, we're good," she said. "We haven't really seen each other except at Alexia's engagement dinner because of both of our schedules, but we're good. So that makes me happy." Kemsley shared her perspective in a 2025 Roller Coaster magazine interview. "If you don't get things out, if you don't make things right, you're telling them that it's okay. And it's not," she said, explaining how confronting the issues actually strengthened their bond. According to a tip sent to Bravo and Cocktails, Southern Charm's Austin Kroll was also at the Surf Lodge that night. "Dorit and Austin were truly so nice and fun," the eyewitness wrote. Kyle and Rachel Zoe were much more reserved but also nice. Though Kroll didn't interact with the RHOBH women on camera, he was spotted chatting with Robert Sieber, Danielle Oliveira's ex from Summer House, who reportedly works at the venue. There were also rumors that cameras were rolling, though it's unclear whether it was for RHOBH, Summer House, or just background footage for the event. The Hamptons were sparkling that weekend, the kind of golden summer sun that made every martini taste better, every designer maxi dress look more effortless, and every grudge feel just a little lighter. For Kyle Richards, it was supposed to be an escape. No cameras, no rumors, no late night, we need to talk texts from Beverly Hills. Yet as her black car rolled down the tree-lined driveway of a luxurious East Hampton estate, there was one thing she didn't expect. Dorit Kemsley, standing barefoot on the porch in a nautical striped kaftan, oversized sunglasses framing her famously sculpted face. "Kyle!" Dorit exclaimed, arms wide, as though years of complicated friendship drama had melted in the salt air. Kyle stepped out, wearing a breezy white sundress, a wide-brimmed hat, and that signature Kyle smile that said, "I'm happy to see you, but I'm also bracing for whatever comes next." "Dorit," Kyle said, almost laughing, "I didn't know you were coming here." "Oh, darling," Dorit replied, hugging her tightly. "When PK heard you were flying in, he practically forced me onto the plane. Said it's been far too long since we had fun." The word fun lingered between them. In Beverly Hills, fun often translated to dinner parties that ended with someone storming out in tears. But the Hamptons were different. A world away from rodeo drive drama and tabloid speculation. Inside, the estate looked like a Nancy Meyers film come to life. Crisp white furniture, driftwood accents, bowls of fresh lemons everywhere. And in the kitchen, pouring a very generous glass of rosé, was none other than Southern Charm's Shep Rose. Kyle froze. Wait, what are you doing here? Shep turned with that familiar Southern grin. What can I say? I go where the rosé flows. Dorit invited me. We met at a charity event in Charleston, and well, here I am. Y'all West Coast folks throw way better parties, by the way. Dorit twirled a strand of her blonde hair. Shep's been showing me some Southern hospitality. Kyle raised an eyebrow. Should I be concerned? Shep just chuckled. Only if you're allergic to charm. An unexpected weekend. By late afternoon, the Hamptons estate had transformed into a mini-reality TV crossover event. A private chef served oysters and lobster rolls while Kyle and Dorit lounged poolside, sipping cocktails with Shep, who quickly proved he could keep up with Beverly Hills banter. Kyle kept sneaking glances at Dorit. There was something different about her, calmer, more grounded. Maybe it was being away from the usual swirl of fashion drama, or maybe it was Shep, who seemed completely unbothered by, well, everything. So, Kyle said finally, dipping her feet in the infinity pool, are you too? Dorit laughed. Oh, Kyle, please. PK and I are solid. Shep is just good company. He's like a puppy who talks too much. Shep raised his glass. I'll take that as a compliment. Nightfall revelations. That evening, the group gathered around a bonfire, wrapped in cashmere throws. The ocean breeze carried hints of salt and adventure, and for the first time in months, Kyle felt herself truly relax. But then Shep leaned forward, voice dropping to a conspiratorial tone. You know, Beverly Hills isn't the only place with rumors flying. Kyle smirked. Oh, really? Enlighten us, Southern Charm. Shep grinned wickedly. Let's just say Charleston has its own little secrets. I may or may not have heard that one of your Beverly Hills exes was spotted there recently. Kyle blinked. Excuse me? Which ex? Shep shrugged casually, not naming names, but he was at a rooftop bar, and let's just say he wasn't alone. Dorit's mouth dropped open, her perfectly glossed lips catching the firelight. Darling, are you serious? Kyle tried to laugh it off, but the news stirred something in her, a mix of curiosity and the tiniest bit of irritation. She wasn't here for drama, and yet, somehow, drama had found her. The morning after. The next morning, Kyle awoke early, slipping out onto the patio to watch the sunrise. She thought about the Hamptons, how it represented a different version of herself, one not tied to the constant narrative of Beverly Hills friendships and breakups. Dorit joined her quietly, holding 2 coffees. Sleep well? Dorit asked. Better than I have in weeks, Kyle admitted. You seem happy here, Dorit. Like, really happy. Dorit smiled softly. Sometimes you have to leave your zip code to remember who you are. He's been traveling so much, and I needed this. Needed you. Kyle looked at her friend, really looked at her. We've been through so much, haven't we? More than we ever thought we would, Dorit agreed. But maybe this is our reset. Shep appeared, hair tousled, wearing what looked like the same shirt from last night. Who's ready for mimosas? He asked cheerfully, breaking the quiet moment.